Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 of our Hatching at Home series. I'm Carly West and I'm the 4-H and Youth Development Agent for McLennan County. So today we are on day 16 with our eggs and we're going to be doing some more candling. Our incubators here, we have two. They both have 9 eggs in them, are set at 100 degrees, and I've been putting a 4th cup of water in them every day to keep the humidity up so that our embryos don't dry out in the eggs and they'll have an easier time hatching. So in the next few days I will only be opening the incubators to put the water in because they'll start getting ready to hatch around day 18. So if we remember from when we looked at our incubators when we were putting them together and placing the eggs, we have 2 different racks. I can get it to focus with these incubators. So we have right here, the black thing is our turner and it's sitting on the turner rack. And when the eggs start to hatch, I will take this rack out, and there's another one right below it that they will move down to so that they have more room to hatch. Now when they do start hatching, I'm going to live stream it on our McLennan County 4-H Facebook page. So if you aren't already, go like that Facebook page, McLennan County 4-H, so that when we do hatching, you will be able to watch that live. And then after they hatch, we'll do a few videos on the brooders, getting them into the brooders, and aftercare of the chicks once they start hatching. So within the next week, we're going to have some really fun videos and fun learning experiences. Now remember, on the McLennan County Hatching at Home website, there's lots of activities that you can be doing on there, just some supplemental things, some games and things like that to help you learn more about the hatching process as we go along. So like I said, today is day 16, so we are going to candle all 18 eggs today and see which ones are still viable and living and have a good chance of hatching next week. So if you haven't already, go watch last week's video on day 9 candling so that you can kind of see what the embryos looked like last week and how much they're going to progress this week. So I'm going to shut the lights off and we are going to start candling. Okay, you can't really see me anymore, but that's okay. We're here for the eggs. I'm going to take the top off of the first batch of eggs. I have my candler here. Now you can see me. And we're going to start candling our first egg. So, hopefully my camera picks this up pretty good. So if you see this dark spot right here on our egg, that is our embryo. Let's see if we can catch it moving. Alright, it looks like this one is going to be a quitter. So this embryo didn't make it through the growing process, which is okay. That happens. It happens even with the mama hen. So we're going to move on to the next one. Oh, this one's a good one. Okay. So that this dark spot that you're seeing right there is actually the embryo. If I turn this around, this right here is going to be the embryo's feet. And so this white spot towards the end, that is the air cell that we've been talking about. And that will be the chick's first breath of air next week. So this one is good to go. And I wish I could see them moving around in there, but it's kind of hard on this camera. Alright, here is another good one. And so you can tell they're kind of running out of room in there, so they're going to get ready. There's its little heartbeat. You can see it breathing or beating in there. That's pretty cool. And this one, whoop, hopefully I'm not blinding you guys, has a really good air cell. So that's two good ones we got there. Okay. Oh, here's another one. So this is its backside right there. And it's all folded up in there. There's a foot right there. And what y'all can't see is the blood vessels really well. Here we go, we can kind of see them more. There's some right there. So those are really healthy blood vessels we got going on right there. Right, that was 4. Here's egg number 5. Oh, there's a good blood vessel. Right there. This one looks good. Let's see if we can catch it moving. You can kind of see this one breathing. So this one's good. Next one. There we can see some more blood vessels. This one's viable. And breathing, or its heart's beating. Wish I could pick it up more on my camera here. Right, the last 2. Another good one. And that big dark spot is the embryo, so it kind of looks a little bit scary in there, but that is our embryo. And this one is doing good as well, and you can kind of see all those blood vessels and stuff in there. Let me rotate it, there we go. So that's a really good sign. And the last one for this incubator is another good one. There we go. Yeah, it's moving around in there. See if we can catch it moving. Ah, he wanted to stop. But this one is very good. There's some more blood veins right there. Alright. I'm going to check that one that I said wasn't viable one more time. Oh, it was just being extra still. So this is that first one that I said wasn't viable, but there we go. See how it's crumpled up in there and it's moving now. See if I can turn it around. Here's its head. So cool. All 9 of these are still viable, which is awesome. And I'm going to put the lid back on so they can get back up to temperature. Then we're going to start on this second incubator and see what we got going on in here. This one has seemed like they were doing a little bit better than that other one, so we're going to check that out. Okay. So here's our first one. Let me get back in a better spot here. Alright, there's the embryo, that big dark spot. And this one is good. Really wish my camera was better here. Oh, there it is. You can kind of see it. It's heart beating a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Let's see if I'll do it again. Kind of see it moving around down here. So that's a good one. Alright. Oh, we can really see this one. This one's a bigger egg, so it has a little bit more room. So here's our embryo right here. There's the other side. By now, most of the yolk and the albumin have been eaten or absorbed by the embryo. And there's the embryo right there taking up this half of the egg. Oh, this one's moving. Very cool. And then we can see this one gives us a little bit better idea of what the veins look like on the inside. Alright, there's 2 viable ones right there. We'll move on to the third. And this one also is viable. I can see it moving around in there. This one is really taking up the top smaller end of the egg, so you can't see as well. And there's maybe, let's see, that looks like maybe that's its head and its beak right here. So there's 3 in that one. Oh yeah, look at this big juicy vein right there. So this one's really healthy. This is the side that the embryo is not in on. And there's the embryo. This one's kind of clumped up, so he's not going to let us really see any part of him. This may be his head. And yeah, so that's a really good one. Alright, here is number 5, and he is on this side of the egg. I say he, but I don't know the sex of any of these. And this one's a really big guy in here. And I can see him moving around in there. You can kind of see some outlines of the veins there. Awesome. Okay, move on to the next one. Alright, here's this guy. He's on one side of the egg again. And let's see. This one may be a quitter. So this embryo doesn't look, oh, just kidding. They're sleeping, apparently. So it's 9 o'clock right now. I waited till it got dark. But I can see this guy moving around now. He's just kind of clumped up in there. So this one is viable. So luckily, we haven't had any quitters. And I call quitters embryos that haven't made it through the process. If I can, there we go. There's the air cell. Very good air cell. So no quitters so far. That is awesome. Here's another one that's kind of sitting more towards the top of the egg. Clumped up in there. Which is a good sign. That means that they are getting ready to start hatching. There's some of the blood veins. And he is up there towards the top. He is running out of room. Alright, one more after this one. Oh, here we go. Let's see. This is another good one. Try not to blind y'all with my candler. This one not going to move for us. There we go. A little bit of movement, barely. But he's in there. He's moving around a little bit. We've got a little bit right there. Try to see where its heart's beating. And this one has a very, very good air cell. And the closer it gets to hatching, the bigger this air cell is going to get. So that when he starts pipping or breaking into the egg, he will have enough oxygen until he gets out of the egg. And our last one, lucky number 18, is viable. So he's towards the top of his egg in here. I think right here is its head is kind of laying right here. Looks like. Got some blood veins, and there's his air cell. So it looks like everyone had a really good turnout. I'm going to flip the lights on, and we will add some water into these incubators. And in the video. Okay, so that was all 18 of our eggs. It looks like all of them are still viable and living, which is awesome. For a disclaimer, when they do start hatching, not all of them will make it. And if they do, that's awesome. But there is a chance that some of them might have difficulties or might not make it through the next few days, which is just part of nature and is completely normal. So just in case that happens, I want everyone to be prepared for that. But I think that we have a really good chance of getting most of them hatched. So this is going to be a really fun next few days. Now we are going to add a 1/4 cup of water into each of our incubators. So I just have 1/2 cup of water in my glass and a measuring cup. So I'm just going to take the top off. See if I can get a little bit better view here. There we go. So this was the first incubator that we used, and I'm just going to take the top off, get a 1/4 cup here, and I just dump it right into that tray. It disperses on the bottom, and that is what creates the humidity in these incubators. Now, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, within the next few days, I will take the turner out. That's what this is. That moves around and turns the eggs, as well as this. Let's see if I can. This tray right here, and then the second tray will be where the baby chicks will be. Because once they hatch, I will leave them in there until they're almost completely dry, which will help them a little bit as they continue on with their lives. We don't want to put them in their brooders completely soaking wet and cold. And I'm going to take the lid off of this one, pour the rest of that 1/4 of water in there, and put the lid on. And I have to make sure that I get the turner back into the slot on the turning rack so that the turner still works. Alright, that concludes week 3 of our Hatching at Home series. I'm really excited for the next few days. I can't wait to get these chicks hatched and into their brooders so we can see what we have. Also, I forgot to mention, I purchased the fertile eggs from the Texas A&M Poultry Center, and they are just a mix of breeds. So I'm not sure what we're going to get. I might have to call in a few friends to help me ID them, but I think it's going to be really fun to see all the different kinds of chicks that we're going to get. So I will see you next week. I hope y'all had fun, and I can't wait for y'all to see the chicks that hatch. Thank you.